In the Colorado Dinosaur Preserve, we can see a male Irritator. At close to 20 feet long and over 1,000 pounds, it would surprise you that this is the smallest of all of the Spinosaurs. It still demands respect though. It's large enough to take down a Nile crocodile and eat a man. But thankfully for us and crocodiles alike, its prey is neither of those. Instead, it is a piscivore. With a quick snap of its jaws, it seems that it's preparing itself to go fishing. Catching a large fish in its teeth is a very easy task for a Spinosaur. Irritator specifically is known for its jaws and how they were probably very well equipped at taking down fish, specifically much bigger fish like a pelican. But this doesn't mean it won't use its huge claws to tear apart its victim and then eat the remnants. But weirdly, it doesn't seem the Irritator is actually eating the food. And as you've probably guessed, the Irritator is not just eating a fish, but instead it's going to bring this food to something else. Not too far away is another Irritator. This time though, a female. Much older than this young adult male. But it is the mating season for these two, and the male is going to try his luck, offering the fish as a sort of gift. As you may have noticed, the male and female look quite different from each other, and there is a few reasons for that. One factor, of course, is the age of the female Irritator. However, some scientists believe it's more than just that. Some people speculate that they are two different species entirely. While both of them are Irritators, it's very possible that yes, these are two completely different species under the same genus. For example, the skulls of both of them have a lot of similarities, but there are a few subtle differences too. Take the snout. The snout of the female Irritator is a lot wider than the male's, which makes her bite significantly weaker. His arms are also much larger than hers. The obvious answer at first is sexual dimorphism, which could make some sense, but if you look into it enough, you'll see that these two could very well likely be two different species. Some people have even gone far enough to give them two different names entirely. The male being the base genus, Irritator challengeri, the one that was found first, and the female being named Irritator calordii, named after the Colorado Dinosaur Preserve. It's still an ongoing debate, so I won't talk about it that much, but I will mention the fact that Irritator challengeri, the male, has given a lot to the scientific community when it comes to Spinosaurs. For example, a study was done on its tail that determined that it was very similar to that of the Spinosaurus' tail. And seeing as there is no fish DNA in the Ingen Irritator, only gharial DNA, this very likely could have been a real-life trait it had. Another study was done on both the male and female Irritator to see if their jaws were any similar to that of the real-life Irritator. The results showed that the skulls were very similar to their real-life counterpart, and even possessed some of the qualities we very recently found out about Irritator. For those of you unaware, last year a paper was published that showed the Irritator could actually dislocate its jaw to eat bigger prey, and while its bite was not that strong, it could bite very fast. All of these qualities show traits of a piscivore, and as it turns out, this was true. These qualities allowed the Irritator to become a very successful fisherman. It was exclusively built to be a piscivore, however, there were a few adaptations that you can even see in this Irritator that show that it was trying to evolve into something else. The large arms seem to represent a change within Spinosaurs that would be seen later down the line too. This idea is seen a lot in African Spinosaurs like the famous Spinosaurus. This fun evolutionary line can be tracked through a couple other Spinosaurs too, but it seems to have started with the Irritator. But that's all I have on these bizarre Spinosaurs. Thank you all for watching, and remember, if something chases you, run.